Today we're going to look at how you can very easily create a form that routes customer requests to the right department all within Google Workspace. So if you're already using Workspace for your work email and Google Docs and Sheets, etc., you can do this too right within those same tools. And as usual, I'm going to show what the end result looks like first, and then we'll go back and look at how to set the whole thing up. And then at the very end, I'm going to show how you can use AI to make this whole thing even smarter. All right, let's go. So let's say that we're a car dealership and we've got this form where we want people to be able to contact us, and depending on whether they say that they're trying to reach sales or service, we want to appropriately route the request to that department. And I'm doing this with Google Forms because really that's the easiest way to set things up with AppSheet. However, it is also possible to do this on a form on your website directly, and I'm actually going to show that in the video next week. So if you're interested in seeing that, be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. All right, let's go ahead and complete this form. I'm going to say my name is Doug, that my company is Doug Co., that I want to contact sales, and I want to purchase a Mazda Miata. I think that's how you spell that, but I'm definitely not how you spell Mazda Miata. So let's submit that. It's going to go through. I've got a Mailinator account here, and basically Mailinator is just, as you see here, is a team inbox thing. It's basically a tool for testing, and it lets you see emails that are going to multiple different email addresses. So in this case, it's going to my sales email address. So if I was a sales department that had a sales email address, that's where this would be going. In this case, this tool is basically just letting me see all these different emails, 2 different email addresses in one place to make this a little bit easier to show for our testing purposes. All right, so that's what we wanted. Again, the person entered sales and the email went to sales. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's submit another response. And I'm going to say my name is Doug again. I'll put the same thing. And this time I want to go to service. And I'm going to say, I need my emergency brake tightened. Okay, let's submit that one and go back to Mailinator again. And you see now I got that one went to service with I need my emergency brake tightened. So that's our basic functionality there. All right, next let's take a look at the AI case that I was talking about. So let's say that the owner of this company wants to be notified if a high value deal is coming in or potential high value deal is coming in. For example, if a rental car company is looking to buy multiple vehicles from them. So that's where we can use the AI to actually be smart and understand what exactly is being requested here and do routing based on that. So again, I'm going to say Doug, and I'm going to say that my company is Rental Co. and sales, and I'm going to say I want to buy 15 vehicles for our company. So now I can submit that, and now this will come in, and you see it both went to sales, saying that I want to buy 15 vehicles, but it also CC'd the owner of the company, so this went to their inbox as well, so that they're sure to see it. All right, and again, at the end of the video, we're going to look at how to do that specifically. All right, now let's take a look at how to actually build this. What I'm going to use today is Google Forms and Google AppSheet, which are both part of Workspace. And the reason that I'm using those is because that's basically what's available today. But I think that in the not too far away future, Google Workspace Studio, which is something that they just came out with recently, is probably a better way to do this particular thing. But as of today, which is mid-March 2026, you can't send emails to anyone other than yourself from Workspace Studio, so it's not possible to do this specifically with Workspace Studio right now. But I am keeping a very close eye on everything that's happening with Workspace Studio, so if you want to stay in the loop with all that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. The first thing we need to do here is create a new Google form, and if you haven't done this before, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to fast forward going through the steps to do that so you don't have to watch me sit here and type. And once you've added all your fields, what you want to do is publish your form. So I'm going to hit publish, and I can hit shorten URL, and it's going to give me a shorter URL to copy. And now if I go access this form, this is where I can actually add my responses. All right, next we need to go to AppSheet. And if you haven't used AppSheet before, it's just appsheet.com. And if you have a Google Workspace account, a paid Google Workspace account already, AppSheet is included with almost all of them. So you should have access to it, and you should be able to do what I'm showing here with no additional charge. So what we need to do here is create an app for this, because we're going to actually use an app for our automation to process the responses. So to do that, I'm going to say create an app, and I'm going to say that I want a blank app. And I'm going to call this dealership contact. And when AppSheet creates this app, it's going to create a few things with it automatically that we don't actually need. For example, it created a database with this one table called table 1 here, and also these views, which is what's showing up over here, which we don't need. So we want to clear all that stuff out of here so we have a truly blank app. So to do that, I'm going to go to data here. I'm going to say view data source. And then I'm going to click the upper left-hand corner, and you see it created this database called dealership contact. So I'm just going to right-click here and say delete. And now that database is gone. And also back within my AppSheet app itself, it still has a reference to that database and that table 1. So I'm just going to click the 3 dots here and say delete. And it also has some views here, or really one view called table 1 as well, which is what was showing up over here, which is the actual view to represent that data. I don't need that either, so I'm going to delete that as well. And now all those are gone. And if I click save, that little error icon up there is going to go away. And now we have a truly blank app. All right, the next thing that we want to do is add our Google form to this so that we can actually process our responses. In order to do that, I'm going to go up here to this little data menu, and I'm going to hit the plus, and I'm going to say Google Forms, and I want to select the dealership contact form that we just created. So you see it now pulled that in, and we have all those different fields that I just added to my contact form listed here. And now I want to have it actually send us the email when a new response comes in. So to do that, you create an automation, and that's under this automation menu here. I'm going to say create my first automation, create a bot, and I want to say create an event, and I'm going to call the event response received. And I want the event source to be a form, and the form is going to be that dealership contact form, the one that we just linked. So now this is going to get called whenever we receive a new response. And the next thing I want to do is actually add in a step for what I want to happen in that case. So let's click that. Let's say create a new step. I'm going to call this send email. And over here on the right, send an email is already selected. So that's what I want. And the to address down here is what we want to change based on what department was selected. So right now, this is just my own email address, or at least the email address of the account that I'm using to create this is listed here by default. But what we want to do is look at the incoming form fields and determine where to send it based on that. So to do that, I need to use an expression, and I can create an expression by clicking this little beaker icon over here and then clicking on the field again, and it will open up this thing. And expressions are kind of like formulas that you have in spreadsheets and things like that. They're not the easiest thing to write, but I've actually created a Chrome extension that helps do that. So I'm going to use that here, and I'll include a link to this up above and also down in the description so that you can download the extension if you want to use it yourself. But if not, you just need to copy the expression that I'm going to come up with here and just change it to use your own email addresses. So with this extension, you can just type in what you want and it will give you back the expression. So I'm going to say if they're trying to reach sales, then the value should be this sales address. And if they're trying to reach service, then it should be this service address. And otherwise, even though we don't have this case in our form right now, we only had those two options, but say someone else added another option in there in the future, just to be safe, we're saying otherwise, we want it to go to this info address. So that basically if neither one of those first two cases are true, we'll always get the email address anyway. So I'm going to create the expression. It does take a couple seconds, but it will have the AI actually come back with the expression for you. All right, so it came back with this expression, and it's basically saying if who you're trying to contact is sales, then return this address. If who you're trying to contact is service, then get this address. And otherwise, true being the last case, so this will always be true. If neither one of the first two things is true, then return the info address. So that's what that's saying. Again, if you're doing this yourself and you're not using the extension, you can just pause here, type in exactly what you see here, and just replace these email addresses with whatever your own email addresses are. but I'm just going to hit use this expression, save that, and we're all set with the to address now. So finally, I'm just going to change the subject to be dealership contact request and save. And AppSheet automatically sets the body here, the email body, to be all the fields that are in the form. So it's going to basically send over everything for us there automatically. And one other thing that you need to do before you actually use this, actually two other things. First is I'm just going to rename this to send contact email, just to keep that tidy so you remember what exactly that is. And then also we need to deploy the app, because if the app isn't deployed, it will just send all the emails to the person who created the app and not those email addresses that we specified. But deploying the app is really easy. You just click this rocket ship icon up here and you can say move app to a deployed state. And that's now done. So at this point, if you go and submit the form, the Google form, it will be just like that first demo that I showed, that it will send it to the appropriate email address for each department, depending on what you choose. All right, now let's take a look at how we can use AI to make this whole thing smarter. And as I mentioned earlier, what we're gonna do is make it CC the company owner if the request that's coming in from a customer seems like it could be for a high dollar amount. And that way they can make sure that they're not missing it. And as we just saw, it's pretty easy to make decisions like that based on predefined values, such as the department that we want to route to. But if we want to decide based on something that's a little bit more subjective, like whether or not this is a high value deal, it's a little bit more difficult using those kind of traditional tools that AppSheet has built into them. But that's where AI can really shine. AppSheet has a few AI features built into it, specifically at its top enterprise tier, but they're not really designed for this type of thing specifically. And it's also possible to do this type of thing in AppScript and Gemini, and specifically using APIs, but that all gets into a little bit of coding and is a little bit more complex than your general AppSheet stuff. But I've tried to make this whole thing a lot easier with my Boost for AppSheet Chrome extension, and that's what I'm going to show right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is add another step before we get to our send email step here to actually call out to AI to find out if the request is perceived to be a high value request based on what the user actually typed into the form. So to add another step, I can click plus here. I'm going to say create new step. I'm going to call this one determine if high value. And in this case, what I want to do is call a webhook. So I'm going to click this up in the upper right hand corner here. And if you have Boost installed, and again, the link to install it is down in the description, there's an option down here called Boost AI Decision that will show up. So I'm going to select that. And I'm going to scroll up to underneath the body here where it says create choices. And I'm going to click that button. And it's going to open up this where I can specify the different types of values that are going to be returned. So the first one is default. So that's basically if none of the other things that I'm going to specify here turn out to be the case, it's going to return this value. So I'm going to call this standard for standard priority. And then I want to add another option where I'm going to actually specify when I want the request to be treated as high priority. So to do that, I'm going to click add option here. And I'm going to type in here, choose this option if the customer is contacting us about a potentially high value deal. For example, if they're requesting for fleet maintenance or fleet purchasing or a similar large scale multi-vehicle type contract. In other words, a deal that is likely to be 1 million plus regardless of whether it's sales or service. And I want the return value in that case to be high, again, indicating that it's a high value deal. So to do that, I can now click add option. And this is again calling out to AI to look at the names of the fields within our form to figure out which one of those would be helpful in making this choice. And you see here it's picked the how can we help you as the fields that would be useful in that case. And then also writing the AI prompt, which actually describes to the AI which fields we're interested in looking at and how to make the decision on when to assign this high value. So this is very similar to a prompt that you would type into ChatGPT or Gemini and saying, hey, a customer sent over this request, and you'd copy and paste the body of it. Does this seem like something that would be worth over $1 million? Blah, 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 blah. Describing all that is basically what this is doing, but it's doing it for you automatically and assigning one of these values as the result. And then later on in our automation here, we can determine whether we want to CC the owner based on whether the value is standard or high. So that's all we need to do here. That's all set. I'm just going to hit use these options. It will fill in the webhook request body, and I'm going to go ahead and save this now. And then finally down in our email here, what we want to do is click that, and you see down underneath other email parameters, there's a CC option down here. So I want to add that. And again, I want to create a formula for this and click this to open up the formula input. And what I'm interested in here is what came back from this determine if high value AI decision. So I want to insert that, and I'm going to type in this response manually because the AppSheet interface specifically for the CC field is a little bit quirky, I'll say. So I'm going to type this in manually versus using the expression assistant in this case. But what I want to say is if, and this is going to be in parentheses, determine if high value AI decision equals, and then I'm going to say high because that's the one that I'm interested in. So if that is true, I want the email address that we're CCing to be owner at the same domain. And otherwise, I just want it to be blank. All right, and this is where AppSheet, again, is a little bit quirky. It's saying that it can't find this. It's saying that this is an invalid expression, but it's actually not. It is valid. So if I save this and I save my project, you see that it's got a check mark up here. Everything's actually checking out there. Everything is actually working. So it doesn't actually understand the response values from previous steps specifically for that BCC field. It works properly for other things. So anyway, in that case, really what you want to check is the checkbox up here shows that everything is good versus like a red X being there, and also that everything is actually working properly for you. So let's do one final test here just to verify that the full app that we just built is working the way that we expect it to. So I'm going to go back to the new form that we created. I'm going to type Doug. And our company name here will be Really Big Rental Company. And let's say that we're interested in service. And for my message, I want to say, I've got a fleet of 1,000 rental vehicles, and I'm looking for a new company to handle all of our service contracts. And I'll go ahead and submit that. And let's go back to Mailinator again. And you see I just now got another request, again going to service with what we were looking for, the 1,000 vehicles, and also CC'd to the owner based on that AI evaluation that determined that this was a high value deal. The extension is free to try and for very light use. And if you want to use it beyond that, I've got different plans based on how exactly you're using it. For example, for personal use, business use, etc. And if you want to download it, I've got the link up there, and I'll also include it down in the description. And as I mentioned, next week I'm going to show how you can do the same thing using a form on your website instead of a Google form to just give you a little bit more professional look to it and a little bit more alignment with your own branding of your website. So if you want to catch that one, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. All right, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.